I'm gonna run 63 marathons in 63 days.
This is nothing compared to what kids with AT battle.
So I asked myself this question: is this life all about my comfort and my happiness, or about being open and obedient to the calling that God has on my life? I had no idea that God would use such a simple talent and turn it into a vehicle for serving others and making a difference in this world. So I ask you, do you believe that God is able, willing, and waiting to do something extraordinary through you?
With leadership comes, I believe, the responsibility to provide that hope, to provide that opportunity, to be the light of the world, if you will, to be the shining person that will carry God's message forward.
And as I studied science, actually I found that my faith grew stronger. That in fact, the concept of God is a pretty wild concept.
And so when life's challenges come, we have somewhere to turn. We have a God who invites us into the journey, and a God that invites us to stay the course, who'll be with us and will lead us through even when it's not so clear. But He's provided the pathway upon which the foundation has been laid. And He gives us that chance to know Him and walk with Him.
Good morning. What a beautiful sight to get up early on a Friday morning and see over 700 people who understand the power of prayer and leadership in our communities.
Human trafficking is the fastest growing criminal activity in the world. The very populations that are at risk of being trafficked are those you already care deeply about. Those who are homeless, those who are families who are living in extreme poverty, HIV/AIDS victims, at-risk boys and girls who walk out the gates of their school and they are actually always hit on by traffickers driving up saying, "Hey, I'll buy you a milkshake," often to then be drugged and taken into an underage prostitution ring, or worse.
Air Force One brings certain responsibilities. Sometimes it's just better to fly Southwest. In so many ways, my faith is so integral to who I am that it's hard to separate it out. Struggle is integral to a robust faith. That God doesn't promise to take away tribulations and trials, but rather promises to use them to walk alongside us so that we are affirmed even more in the power of our faith.
Life is short. We don't know how long we're going to live. And if we can live every last day, not giving the dregs of our life to Jesus, as a lot of people do. Lord, help me live my day as if it was my last.
And in August of 2010, Freedom House opened the first long-term shelter dedicated to serving women survivors of human trafficking in the Bay Area. Our case management team immediately met their basic need: food, clothing, transportation, and lots of love and care. We're opening our second home dedicated to serving minors who have been rescued out of this heinous crime.
To paraphrase Ronald Reagan, the 10 most terrifying words in the English language are, "I'm from Hollywood and I'm here to help your family." Power is a lot like money. It's something that, when accumulated properly, not hoarded or spent carelessly, but used with wisdom and precision, can do good in the world we live in. Patronize the movies that are in line with your values. Subsidize the good and punish the bad with your wallets, and we'll get the message. And most importantly, join me in a journey to become men and women of prayer.
Suffering transformed my goal from making money as an attorney to making a difference in the lives of the women and the babies of China. What is unique about China's one-child policy is not abortion, but state-sponsored coercion. I realized that this is a unique issue that could draw together pro-choice and pro-life activists. No one supports forced abortion because it's not a choice.
Your kids don't care what time you leave in the morning. They care an awful lot, 6 to 9 p.m. Those are the golden hours of family. And of many other things. How do you How do you date your wife? How do you date your kids? How do you make sure those things are part of your priorities on an ongoing, consistent basis? And for every one of you who's challenged with this juggling act, what's your mission statement? What are your goals? And then what are your priorities to go live by those goals? And if you haven't done that hard work of writing that down, any path will get you there because you don't know where you want to go.
In that moment, for the first time, I understood that God was chasing me, that He wanted a relationship with me, that He was there all along through these little moments that at the time I didn't see. And I remember dropping to my knees and thanking God for this tragedy that He was showing me a triumph, and that He was going to draw me nearer to Him, and it changed the trajectory of my life.
And professionally, I'm here to tell you that God gives peace and wisdom in all the business challenges that we face. Teams and colleagues and personalities, difficult decisions, leadership, or so many other lives are at stake. God is only a whisper away. He knows our thoughts, He knows our needs, and He cares.
David and I started this company, and it was based on the principles of faith first, family, then work, and then fitness. And for us, we wanted to be very intentional about our corporate culture. And we knew that if it was going to stick, it needed to have integrity. And so our lives were about, and as me as a new believer and my business partner as a lifelong believer, we wanted to have faith first. When we work, we feel God's pleasure. It's what we were designed to do. We love to compete and win. We're in a very competitive industry, and it's just absolutely awesome to be able to get together a team of folks that like to innovate and create and actually get out there and really get things done. Second thing, though, that we really want to do, and this is more important for us than work, and Skip again alluded to this, for us is family. Between us, we have 9 kids, and we think it's incredibly important, and more important than our work, that we love our families.